Hello, YouTube. It's your boy, the Passport Bro Wingman, coming at you again with another YouTube video. And the title of the video is called Passport Bros Roast AMEERA of LAPEEF Let Network, Just Pearly Things 2.0 for coming after the Passport Bros. And the way this came about was, I guess, as I was just scrolling and just watching a lot of different videos, I noticed that this woman, I had never really heard of her, but anyway, supposedly she was on the LAPEEF network, and I guess she's one of their usual panelists. So anyway, as I was watching her, she had a lot of negative things to say about the Passport Bros, and I'm going to show you a clip of what she said, and then also I'm going to expand on it and kind of what's the word, expose a little bit about her. In addition to that, some good content creators also critiqued her as well. Shout out to the average Man Unplugged. He did a stream last night with Joanne, and he really went in on her. Also, Black Mind as well. He did a really good stream. He talked a lot about because she's supposedly from like Lebanon, or at least that's her background. So he did a really good dive and told you about how the state of the country there, and he kind of really went in on her. So I'm gonna leave the links to those two streams as well in the description, so you can hear what they have to say about her and the whole situation there, and kind of expand on it. So anyway, let me get into this. So this is the original video that she had put up, and this is fair use. I'm just only going to show you a clip because I don't want to get copyright striked and that kind of thing, and I just want to kind of just give you a brief clip of what she had to say, and I just want to give my critique of her and what she had to say as well. And I just want to kind of show you a few things about her, just to kind of know you, just so you get a sense of where her mind is. So here we go.
He does all of them. And he is a tall black man, very handsome, I may say. Handsome black man walking down the street, and then he goes, "Look, all these Asian women, they want me." Do you guys see that video? It's on YouTube. It's on the shorts. If you guys go into the shorts, it's on there. He goes with his phone and he's like, "Look at how they like me, look." And all of the girls were like, "Hi. I can see you. Oh, come here. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, yeah, all of that. Come on, internet, keep up. Get it together, internet. He did that. And I sat there and thought, do you know why they're doing that? They're doing that because they assume that you have money. This has nothing to do with you being cute. This has nothing to do with you being a tall black man. This is all about them knowing that you're an American. But I believe passport bros think, oh, look, they like me. Over here, I'm a king. In America, I'm nothing, but over here, I'm a king.
I'm gonna cut it to that because she has been very disgusting, and I'm about to crash through all that stuff she just said completely. I'm gonna expose a few things about her as well. So, all right, so we're gonna leave with that. So that's just kind of sum up a lot of stuff she's saying in general. So she's talking about, I guess there was some guy on YouTube who was going through some place in Asia, and more than likely it probably was, for example, when in Thailand or in Philippines, they have like walking street. In Thailand, you have like a little red light district where when you walk through there, what happens is a lot of times some of the we'll call them ladies of the night, they'll try to pull you into like the clubs and that kind of stuff to try to get you to buy drinks, to take them out. And of course, some of these girls are like, obviously like working girls and that kind of thing. So anyway, she's saying that the guy was there and he was pulling them in there, and I guess in her mind, he is thinking that these women really like him for him, but they really just want to get some money out of him. And it's funny how she uses that to as a broad brush to say that that's all passport bros, and even in this case, I just say, like, even if he was doing that, she assumes that this guy has no options while he's there in Thailand or the Philippines, as if really all he has to do, and this is literally all you have to do is, especially if you're in the Philippines, just flip open Tinder and you will see definitely regular regular non-pro girls that will go out on dates with you. And literally, there's sites about guys going to the malls there, and you literally just pick up women left and right. You don't really need. You don't have to go down to Walking Street. You don't have to go down to like the red light district to find girls. There's literally videos of guys picking up of Filipinas on the street. You know, girls who are like at the regular jobs, getting their phone numbers. I mean, this is just completely ridiculous. Not to mention all the videos literally on TikTok of Filipinas telling the passport bros who are usually associated with being black to come out to the Philippines, and how, you know, they don't mind taking those men off the hands of women in America. So that's that. So she talked about that. Then she went on to talk about that they don't like us because we're not because we're cute. Basically, say that it's not because of your personality, it's not because you're cute, it's not because anything where there's a real connection. It's just really about just getting money. Or what she went on to expand on in this stream is to say that because we have status, as they keep talking about passport privilege, because we have passport privilege or status, and I'm saying that for a reason. That is the reason why they like us. It has nothing to do with our personality or anything we earn. And supposedly back in our country, we're like losers, but when we go there, we're not losers. And basically say that you guys shouldn't have any type of sophistication or feel any type of satisfaction, or, you know, feel like you've arrived because back home you're really a loser. That's really who you are. So stop running from who you are. Don't go over there to run from it. This is really who you are. And I'm saying that also to say that because I'm about to expose something about her. And when I expose that back there, I'm going to come back to all the stuff she just said. I'm going to sit it right back in her lap. She's going to have egg all on her face. And it's going to be a complete embarrassment to her. And I'm so glad I listened to the stream and listened to Black Mind. He told me a whole lot of stuff about Lebanon. And I actually did a little bit more research about Lebanon as well, the region, what's going on there. And we're gonna come back to all that. And everything she said, she's gonna have to eat every last thing she said. It's gonna be very, very embarrassing. But let me just show you a few things about her. Just give you a little background because I know like you don't know much because literally, if you start watching this stream, this one called Passport Bros Are Liars, not only are you going to be disgusted, but you're going to obviously see that she has a contempt for black people in general, not just black men, but put it this way, more for black men, but black people in general. You can literally see it, which is why I'm so surprised that the LAPEEF network has her as a panelist or even wants her on there. And the reason I think they put her on there is because she likes to say provocative things, which unbeknownst to a lot of them is because it's coming from a place of seeing black people as inferior in a way. That's my personal opinion. But they like her because she says things that are controversial, and they bring her on a panel for this. I even saw a video where she was listening to Kevin Samuels. That's why I call her Just Pearly Things 2.0, because she's really doing the same thing. She's stealing his talking points, bringing her channel, talking about it. But this woman thinks very little of black people, very little. Everyone on the panel on Average Man Unplugged, you know, Black Minds stream could easily see this. This is literally Just Pearly Things 2.0. So let me show you one of her videos. So anyway, she has a video talking about uh, why most races disapprove of marrying black. So the ironic thing here is that she's only pointing out black men in general and saying that when we go to her countries, and again, the country she lists, because later on in her stream, Passport Bros a Liar, she talks about why do the Passport Bros only go to places like Brazil? Why do they only go to places like Thailand, the Philippines, but they never go to Lebanon? They never go to, I think it was I think it's called and you can correct me in the chat, Uggs Pakistan. Anyway, all the, you know, like Pakistan, pretty much to sum up, all the Middle Eastern, I would say a portion of Asia, like, you know, like those countries. A lot of these are like Muslim countries that she referenced. You know, I don't know all of them off the top of the head she mentioned, but majority of them were like Muslim countries, Middle Eastern countries, that kind of thing. She was saying, why don't you guys go there to get a quote unquote real wife? You go to the countries where quote unquote all these women are very loose and that kind of thing. And one thing that the people on the panelists brought up yesterday was that in Lebanon, a lot of Syrian women are flowing into Lebanon, and a lot of these are prostitutes. There's prostitutes everywhere. She's acting like in her country, Lebanon, that the women there, they're all what's the word, conservative, and there's not a lot of like sleeping around and that kind of stuff going on there. There's not a lot of like sex tourism, that kind of thing. That's just cap. That's going on everywhere, even in her own country. Not to mention one thing that Black Mind brought up was that the fact that she's trying to shame, and she said a lot of stuff about the that Asian women in general are like gold diggers. They're the biggest ones, even bigger than white women, and trying to make them sound like they're very scandalous. And here's the thing about her: she's supposedly supposed to be of the Muslim background, and the thing is, she's wearing makeup. Look at her makeup. Look at her hair. She doesn't have the hijab on, and what stuff she's saying is very disrespectful in her culture to her husband. To her husband, she's saying all this, which makes a lot of people wonder and question: is her husband even of the Muslim faith? It just says a whole lot about her. So her to say all this scandalous stuff about women in Asia when she's not even really following her religion to the T. And a lot of stuff she's saying, a lot of women in her own country would not get away with this. And oh, by the way, she's not even originally from. She's actually American born. Just so you know, she's American born. So we'll leave it at that. The other interesting thing is that what people don't know about Lebanon right now is that they're going through a liquidation crisis, which means the banks are not really giving out loans. It's pretty much a crap hole right now. The country is pretty much a crap hole right now. Majority of the people have to go outside of Lebanon to actually make money and bring it in, which means what? Most of those are like passport bros. Passport bros does not just mean romance tours and men who are looking for wives. I mean, overall, it's a label to describe black travelers in general, or even in some cases, I even include some of the non-black men. It just includes travelers in general who are going outside of the country to explore their options. Aren't these men in her country exploring their options as well, which means they're passport bros? So, AMEERA, are your men, are they, liars as well? Since they are technically under that label, will be considered a passport bro because they have to go out of Lebanon to make a living because your country is such a crap hole right now because there's not a lot going on there right now. People are fleeing from the country. The banks are not giving out loans. People can't get their deposits. All this is happening in your country. And I say this to say that because she has a lot of disgust about black Americans in general, how we're such more inferior, but she's fleeing from her country. And not only fleeing from her country, but her country is just crap. It's just really just crap. Because you talked about how much there's so much more culture there. Then why did you leave? Why didn't you guys use your culture and build up your country? I don't understand. I don't understand. And again, the reason I brought this up is because she says, why most races disapprove of American blacks. She didn't say anything about none of the white people, none of the Asian people. Why is it only about black people? Because she's pretty much grifting off our channel, and it just amazes me that on a black channel she's saying all this. Now I don't want to hold everything up because I know I'm gonna try to keep this thing somewhat short and go in on her, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Next thing. So that's I just wanted to show you a title of one of her videos, Why Most Racists Disapprove of Marrying Black Women. And as one of the panelists said last time, there are plenty of Arab women checking for black men, especially if like you're Muslim black men. So this is just cap in general. And again, this is just her having a disgust for black men. So that's that. Let me show you this other just something else about her as well. And I say this because she said that a lot of the women over there are just gold diggers, and for the most part, they only with you because of money. I just want to show you what she said about women in general. So she thinks that women are pretty much property, prizes for men. We should all just, which I mean, I don't mind. I mean, that's fine. If I do think that for the most part, men are the prize, and most women should be under men's leadership. Which is why when it's from, if we would have saw this video up front, I would have had really no problem with her. But I just kind of want to, because she's kind of her feminine. She flip flops all the time, so she's in her feminist mode, and I say that because she doesn't. Overall, I feel like she doesn't like the fact that a lot of American men, especially black men, are leaving and exploring their options. And her, as now an American woman, we're not caping for her, we're not simping for her in her own country, and she has a lot of disgust for that. But at the same time, here she is talking about that women in general are property. I want to let you hear for yourself. Don't listen to me.
Why it doesn't work the other way around is because women are property of men. Men are not property of women. Women are property of men.
Leave it at that. So that's that there. So if that's the case, and most women don't have any say, so why do you have so much smoke for passport bros as men exploring their options? And as people have stated in the stream as well, you coming from a Muslim background, you don't have any right to really talk to men the way you're talking to men. You're talking to us and talking down to us. Would your husband approve of the way you're talking? Would the people of your culture approve of the way that you're talking to men? They would not at all. You see how she's flip-flopping? So that's all I wanted to point out on that. Now, here's where I'm gonna really, really, really expose, and she's gonna have to eat all that stuff she talked about. So here we go. Here's the other stream. And she recently did this. Look at this. This is called On Her Head, Kay Wakes Up and Presses AMEERA about her marriage and her culture. Listen to what she's going to say, because originally what she said was men who are previously married, who are divorced, have kids, majority of the time, put it this way, they're kind of looked down upon. Like, so in general, most men who have daughters, they don't want their daughter going towards that man. Those men are looked as less than. But I want you to hear about her husband who was previously married, has children, and she talked about those men as being less than, but then she goes here and marries that man. Listen to the reason why she says she married that man.
Exactly. And I chose him. I said yes to my husband after courting. Oh. Yes, I chose him. I wanted him. It wasn't that I was giving up to him like that. I wasn't. I chose him because of, well, you really want to be honest, because of his status. He has a very high status.
Oh, okay. Status. What does status mean? Like money?
It means something in our culture. I don't really have to explain it. I don't really feel comfortable explaining all of it. But
you don't want to teach us about your culture?
I'm sorry?
You don't want to teach us further about your culture?
That's not my culture. That's my personal business.
You
just don't feel like going into that.
You just said it means something in your culture.
That's in my personal business.
At that. So basically, again, when she kept pressing her earlier in the stream, she basically said that he had children, and then Kay pressed her and tried to say, but you said that, you know, those men are of lower status. Why would you marry that man? So think about it. She's saying that man is of a lower status, but now she's saying he's high status. And on top of that, she says she strictly married him for his status. For his status. What did she say in that stream? Pastor Bro, they don't like you because you're cute. They don't like you because you have a personality. But here you are. You didn't marry your man because he had a good personality. You didn't marry him because he was handsome. You married him because he had status. Status means what? Money or some type of privilege. Aren't you talking about passport bros? We have privilege, and the only reason that women are with us is because of our privilege, our passport privilege. But aren't you marrying this man because he has privilege, because he has status? Isn't that the reason you saying these women are flocking to passport bros? Because we have status? Keep in mind that women in general, they're not checking for the fry guy at McDonald's. They're looking for a guy, for the most part, who has some type of standing, whether he's like the manager or something like that. That's in general. That's women throughout time have always liked men who have some type of money, status, that kind of thing. They're not checking for broke men. They're not checking for broke men in general. You know, our problem is in the United States is even men who are engineers and sometimes even lawyers and that stuff, these women are saying they don't make enough money because they're not P. Diddy or they're not some type of celebrity. That's our issue. That's what we're talking about. Because a lot of these men, passport bros who are leaving, to pay for a trip to Thailand, you're talking like $1,000, and that's on the cheap side. These are men of money. These are men who are well in the middle class, have money, and that kind of thing. And the women in the country are pretty much saying that these men are trash. That's why we're leaving. That is mainly why we're leaving. So we go somewhere where women actually appreciate men of means, appreciate men of, you know, middle class status. These are men of well-to-do, very good personalities. We don't, and they say majority of black men don't have children, because you say men who don't have children of more status. So we have a more status. And in general, yeah. So we have our finances order. We're just looking for wives and that kind of thing. Regardless, even if we go over there for pay for play, as one guy had said in the stream, all men do this in general. And majority of the time, as I believe his name is Mike had said on the stream, on Average Man Unplugged stream, that in general, when COVID had happened, most of the passport bros couldn't fly to these countries. So who is funding the working girls in these countries? It is the local men. Local men make up majority of the business for the local girls. All men across the board, in general, there's some type of red light district or that kind of thing. Even in the United States, even though it's underground, it's still there. Men have done this for ages. It's one of the oldest professions in the world. What are you talking about? So even if that guy was there, that doesn't mean he doesn't have he might even have a girlfriend. He's just out there messing with those girls. You don't know that. And like I said, why all the penis policing? So that's what I mean about, like, she's gonna have to eat that, because you married your husband for status, but now you're shaming women in Asia for dating men in your mind because of their passport privilege, or because of their status, their American status, which is the reason why you married your husband, because you come from a background, you had a country which is a crap hole right now. So there are plenty of women, including yourself, who had to marry a man of status because your background, the people of your country right now, are living in crap. They don't have any money. So that's why when she asked, status, did you mean money? The answer is yes, because there's no money in Lebanon. That's why you married him. So that stopped the cap about shaming women, because it's okay for you to do it, but the women overseas, it's not okay for them to do it. Of course, no woman wants no broke man. Of course. You got to have something, which is why most of the passport bros, we have money, ma'am. We have money. We're not poor. We're not Pookie and Ray Ray. So that's why I say you're going to have to eat all that. You did this for cap. You put our name into your title for cap because we're popping right now, because don't nobody want to listen to your channel because you don't got nothing to talk about. You have a disgust for black people in general, which is why I call you Just Pearly Things 2.0. You're just grifting off us. If your culture is so much greater than ours, stop putting passport bros, which is associated with black people, in your title. Stop talking about black people in general. Talk about Lebanon. Be okay with Lebanon. You had to include us in that because your stuff wasn't popping. So I'm gonna end it with that. I don't want to keep this video too long, but I'm just gonna sum it up with that. And you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Please leave your comments. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Please subscribe if you had not. And until next time, this is your boy, the Passport Bro Wingman. Also, by the way, I just wanted to make this comment as well. I meant to add this in the video, and I just wanted to add this. The other reason she said that a lot of passport bros shouldn't be traveling to like Asia and that kind of thing, she was trying to say that you guys are going to Asia where everybody there is really, really racist. They don't want you there, and all this other crap like that. As if the Muslim countries that she referenced, as if the people there aren't racist, as if the people in America aren't racist. So basically, according to her, we shouldn't travel anywhere because of anti-blackness. Because in her mind, as I said before, complete contempt for black people. She's very much aware that within like the Muslim community, there's a lot of racism there. So in her mind, because that's the background she comes from, she just assumes that this is everyone's mentality across the board, across the country. And that's just not true. It's just not true. I've never had any issues when I went to Thailand. And in many parts of Latin America, I've been in Colombia many of times, in double digits. Been to Brazil. I've been to, Germany, Amsterdam. I've been to Mexico, plenty of different countries, and I've never had any issues. Even dealing with some of the women. There's even been men in Asia. There was a guy I told you before in Thailand. I told this story many times. Taxi cab driver pretty much wanted to introduce me to his daughter. He gave me her Facebook. He wanted me to come back later to meet her. So this happens a lot. There's several guys that have told me about, several different guys, even in Brazil, where their fathers have literally reached out to men and have tried to get them married to black men. I mean, this is just ridiculous. So for that reason, I shouldn't go to any country because of anti-blackness. AMEERA, everyone's not as conscious about race as you are. Most people will notice when you go outside of the United States, it's more about nationality than it is about your racial group. with the exception of maybe a country like India where they still have somewhat of a caste system. But outside of that, most people are not that focused on race. For the most part, it's more, if anything, it'll be more about like your status than necessarily like your money. And as you said, and obviously, since you married your husband for status, it shouldn't matter if whether or not women in different countries want men for their status or not. You just mentioned you like your man for your status. It wasn't because he was cute or anything like that. So, I mean, come on now. And just to say that, basically, you don't believe any black men are handsome or anything that for the matter, because you mentioned one of your videos, it wasn't because you're a tall black man and that kind of thing. That's just cap in general, man. There's plenty of girls in all these countries checking for black men. It's just ridiculous. So I'm going to end it with that. So until next time, this is your boy, Passport Bro Wingman, signing off. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section. And until next time, signing off.